Hi everyone, welcome to Saturday Night Popcorn. This is Jason.
And this is Kai, and we have another great discussion for you today. The movie of the day is Devotion. It's a brand new movie. It's still in theaters, so just want to give everyone a spoiler warning.
Yeah, this is just in case it did just come out, and so Devotion on an app that we use called Letterboxd kind of gives us a kind of a synopsis of the movie, and then also we can kind of rate the movie. We can log the movie, say that we watched it, we liked it. We can add it to a watch list. But Devotion itself came out in 2022, literally a few days ago, and it was directed by J.D. Dillard. But I can kind of ask Kai the first question that we typically ask. What did you like about the movie?
I like that it didn't focus, like it's a war movie, but it didn't really focus too much on the war, more focused on what the main character, who's a black man in the 50s, had to go through, being the only black pilot in his team. So I really liked how they focused on that, on what his struggles were, dealing with an all-white team and a white military, as well as his interaction with his wife. A lot of movies don't show like a powerful husband and wife that are black, so it's nice showing that dynamic.
Same here. I think with Kai and I actually were recording this podcast in person. I'm standing right in front of him. We watched this together in the movie theater also, and I think when I walked out of the movie, it was important to kind of say that, or like it was almost instantaneously like the actors that they chose to play his wife in the movie was almost a perfect decision, because you kind of saw the emotion that she goes through, because it's like, yeah, you're living on a military base, you're kind of going through your training, and your husband is this fighter pilot, and there's this kind of ongoing kind of tension between these countries, and you kind of expect that this is going to turn into go south, I guess. And then you saw the progression of her emotion as he needed to leave, and they have a young child, and so it was nice to, like Kai said, that it wasn't so much on just the what
The
people
war.
say quote unquote action of the war movies and stuff, but this actually had a human aspect to it. Um, for me, the shots within the movie, I think towards the beginning, like almost the uh, opening of the movie, there's like a shot like off the wing of one of
Oh, the plane,
the
yeah.
plane, and the engine starts, and all the smoke is billowing from the engine. But it was like a shot, like it looked like they just attached the
Camera to
camera
the side of the
onto
yeah.
like the wing and everything, and then even also kind of having those like clear
POV, right? Yeah.
point of view shots, or like really close into the face when they're in their jets and or in their planes, because you saw as to like what they must be going through while they're
Are
flying
thinking.
around and stuff, and what they're thinking about.
I think
But
Top Gun did well with that also. You get to see the emotion of this person as they're guiding this plane to either turn, to shoot, whatever it may be.
definitely, and yeah, I haven't seen the new Top Gun, but the original Top Gun, I think, also kind of had those same shots.
Yeah.
No matter what, I think you kind of think about like that's probably the way you should shoot
Mm-hmm.
within a plane. It's like a single
You don't want to shoot it
person
from the
with
ground looking up like, oh, there's a plane
right?
going by.
Yeah, or like over
Zoom.
the shoulder. I think over the shoulder would be kind of weird because it's like,
You're just looking at all the buttons, the millions and millions of buttons.
but also I think that the shot towards the face shows the claustrophobia, but
Mm-hmm.
I think over the shoulder can show the claustrophobia and how like
Oh, what they're seeing.
what they're seeing, what they have to manage within their own kind of cockpit and everything, and so like you see how difficult that can be. But I can see where that's kind of like it's a difficult shot to kind of complete.
Yeah.
But anything else did you like? I like the color too, the color
Color was
grading
beautiful,
and
yeah.
everything. I think it nowadays you see a lot of like movies that are kind of trying to be cinematic and everything. They kind of put this tint to it, but I think this was a good choice to kind of add that kind of bluish,
Yeah,
kind of
like cold.
yeah, cold tint to it. But yeah, what else would you take away from this?
I don't know. I really just like that they didn't focus on the war. Like they focused on the struggles of an everyday person, especially someone in the 50s. You got to see his interactions with other military members, his interactions with his supervisors, if you want to call them that,
Mm-hmm.
other black like sailors or Navy members on
Yeah,
the boat, like how they were. He just thought like, okay, I'm going through all of these struggles internally, and no one's there to help me. and for someone that was just on the boat watching them, like, oh snap, like someone that looks like me can do that as well. I really like that.
Yeah, definitely. And they had a probably one of the spoilers, but towards the end of the movie, when he's getting ready to kind of go on to the last mission, there's some of the other black sailors come up, and one of them brings in
Give him a gift.
they all gave him a gift. They all kind of pitched in to buy him a nice Rolex.
Rolex, yeah.
Yeah, and so it was more of a thank you, kind of like saying that yes, like we can do this too.
You represent us.
We support you in everything that you do, and you have some of the other movies that kind of focus on the all black kind of like regiments of these wars, or the pilot teams, but that's more of like continuation of the segregation, where it's like, oh, you can fight with us, but
like Red Tails did that.
Yeah,
Red Tails was strictly like, hey, we have this Tuskegee group, we're gonna send them off. They're pilots, they're supposed to be the best out there, but it was just focused on them. Like they showed the struggles, but it was the struggles of building a team and then working together with other pilots.
Yeah, where you saw the loneliness of him, and also like the impact of him trying not to have so much focus on him being a black person, where it's like, I'm great at what I do a very dangerous job, but I do it well.
I'm here for a reason.
Yeah.
Like I worked hard to get here.
Yeah, you kind of like, you don't want to take away from the fact, but also the other black sailors reminded him that, yes, you should bring focus to yourself, because it's more of a testament that someone else can do that after you. Yeah. And but also the movie is very sad. Very sad. I think it was like one of the first times where I'm sitting next to my girlfriend. I'm trying to suck up my tears.
Just that last 15 to 20 minutes of like the plane crash. The friend tries to save him, and then like you find out like, okay, no, there's no saving him. He's gone.
Yeah.
And then transition to his wife sitting there after him being awarded, and just having that moment with the other pilot, and she was like, I didn't tell you to protect him, I told you to be with him.
Yeah.
That's what that part got me. I was like, oh snap.
Yeah, it was the wife kind of allowed it seemed like the wife reminded people, or reminded the other character within the movie, that like he doesn't bring people over to their house very often to meet their young child, but she was saying that like basically if she was glad that like he was there at the last moments, that at least made him feel comfortable. But and to know that their families are still friends today.
Yeah.
They showed photos of their grandchild and the child of the other pilot, and so that's kind of nice to know that like they're still. And I think at the end they showed that all three of them, the wife, the original pilot, or the two pilots in the movies, are gone now.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And so but sadly also it's like when what's the character's name? Jesse. Yeah, when Jesse died, they didn't actually recover his body, so that in terms of the whole military aspect, they had to kind of blow up the plane so that the Koreans couldn't take the plane and kind of use it for their own kind of warfare and stuff. And so that they weren't able to recover his body, so the wife does not actually have any remains to kind of like say peace to and everything.
They said they were still on the search.
Yeah, they're still it's in the 1950s, so more than
now,
60 years later, and so you're still looking for that kind of closure if you want. But I can ask you that: what didn't you like of the movie?
That's tough. I don't know. I don't think there was anything. It was a good balance. It was a good balance of emotion, comedy. Like I really enjoyed. I know you just asked what I didn't like, but I really enjoyed that they gave you a little break, and the guys were able to get off the boat and explore France. I really enjoyed that span of time. They were going through France. They didn't trust that Jesse actually met Elizabeth Taylor.
Yeah, right.
He knew French, and none of them knew that he knew French, and they got into a party. I really enjoyed that part of the movie.
Honestly, I think, kind of going to that part, I really think that part did not need the whole, like, the other Marine that was on the boat with them that didn't like black individuals being on the boat with them. I don't know. I feel like that kind of
built
like
the tension. Because that was the same guy
that was,
if you remember, in the war. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and he looked out his plane. He saw him fighting in the
Yeah.
field. So I think they needed that. They needed to
just to
build that
kind of
tension.
add that connection to that.
Mhm.
Why is this other guy in the middle of a battle in
Exactly.
Korea and stuff?
It
But-
wasn't 100% necessary. I totally agree.
Yeah.
But I think it was needed, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know, and it's like you kind of like, I guess they showed a lot. They showed a lot of the training, a lot of the family aspect. They showed just enough of what happened during the Korean War. Granted, you come out of the movie and you kind of
forget about it.
You forget what the Korean War even consisted of,
Yeah.
and it kind of preluded the Cold War and all that stuff. So it's like you have a reminder of that in the beginning, but for me, it's like it's kind of like it's difficult to find something that's like wrong with this movie.
Yeah.
It's
There's so much.
it's also
right.
like a history-based movie,
Yeah.
so it's like this is like a true story too. Whether or not they kind of deviated, and a lot of people kind of like to have like this is based off a true
Mhm.
story, but they take their creative liberties with many
yeah.
things and stuff. So it's like I should go back and kind of look at the actual story of Jesse and stuff, and his career, and whether or not was there a lot of deviation. But I think it was a well put together story.
I did too.
But
Even the struggles of the other pilots, like the one pilot that couldn't land back on the boat.
Oh yeah,
That was
sad, and yeah,
that was early in the movie too.
Yeah, you saw where it's like, and them just being able to figure out, and even within the team, you saw some struggles of like, whoa, this is just another black person that was given an opportunity that was, but you slowly see that a lot of them begin to understand that like he's just a very good pilot and will actually do anything he can for the other ones too.
For the team, yeah.
And so he does have struggles of not being a team player. He kind of like, he has understanding that the reason why he's where he is because he had to break some rules, break some kind of like consistencies and stuff. And so, but it was good. I really enjoyed this movie.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of staring off at your laptop right now, and I can see the rating that you provided.
Oh yeah.
For this, and I think we gave
have the same rating.
the same exact rating for
Yeah.
this. But I can ask you what rating did you give
I give
Devotion?
it 4.5 stars. Like we've been saying, I couldn't really find anything that I disliked about the movie. It was thoroughly put together.
Yeah, I gave it 4.5 stars too. And coming out of it, where it's like I was debating it. It's like I think I said in a previous podcast episode, but it's like I kind of make up my mind of the star rating, and we're using star ratings within the letterbox, where it's a scale of 0 stars to basically 5 stars, and 0 being worse and 5 being the best. Where I kind of decide on a rating within my head, like during the movie, but then it kind of changes as it goes on. But I was trying to think of myself like, why would I give it 5 stars? But then why would I remove half a star? And so it's like kind of like I think I'm still trying to judge my own personal ratings as to like what I would rate. But like 5 stars, it's a perfect movie. So like, what does that entail? Like,
exactly.
People
I think
believe
it's
like
very
The Godfather
difficult.
is a perfect movie and stuff. So it's like, yeah, but
I think it's
don't
very
know.
difficult to give a movie 5 stars though. There's always something that you're like, they could have done that better.
Same.
That could have been done differently.
Yeah, I think so, and we actually have an idea of like going back and looking at our ratings and possibly rewatching some of our higher rated episodes, like towards the into the new year, our highest rated movies, and seeing as to whether or not we will rescore them as to even lower or higher or whatever, or just keep it the same. But we both scored it or rated it 4.5 stars. We both liked it. I think it was a very enjoyable movie. It's something that we would recommend to anybody that wants to, whether or not even people are interested in war movies. Like I grew up watching war movies with my dad and stuff, but if someone's not really interested in those movies, this is a totally different.
No, but those were like grisly war movies.
Well,
like, you're seeing people's heads get blown off and all kinds of stuff. Like this was a very tame.
Yeah.
People were exploding from afar. You didn't see any arms flying through the screen.
And I think you had a point of sometimes when they like made war movies, they're like, how much can we show?
Yes.
Saving Private Ryan was like coming up sort of like that threshold where it's like, how much can you show in a movie to kind of show the realistic aspect and kind of what humans actually went through, but also like to not go too far over the edge and stuff. But I think this is like a very good story, very good kind of like well put together movie. Yeah. But I can ask you the last question is what we typically say or ask ourselves: Would we add this movie to our personal movie collection? And Kai, I would ask you that.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'm excited to see it again. Actually, once it's out of theaters.
Same here. I think I'm definitely going to add it to my collection. I was just telling Kai before we started recording that I'm going to buy a brand new TV and stuff for it because right now it's technically Black Friday right now. So I'm going to buy a brand new TV. I'm going to probably watch this once it comes out on streaming, or I'm going to buy it off of buy it in Blu-ray and stuff and just so I can watch it with all my surround sound on and everything. Probably mess with my neighbors, but I think this is a good movie to kind of like if you have like a big old TV or a good sound system and everything, and so just to enjoy that in your home.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I definitely would watch this again and again, and probably once a year maybe. But yeah, Kai, you want to take us out?
Yeah. Thanks for joining us for another episode of Saturday Night Popcorn. I'm Kai.
And I'm Jason, and we'll be back next week for another one.